6 good latency. Oh, how you doing, man?
And I'm doing
It's been a couple
good.
weeks.
Yes, it's been 2 weeks actually. 2 weeks and one
Yes.
day, to be more specific.
2 weeks and a day. Yeah,
Yes.
very, very exact.
Yeah. So
Oh,
what
man.
you've been up to?
Dude, like after the last one, you could watch back on the last one and just slowly see me get more and more ill and just like blow my nose more and
Oh
then get
yeah.
more
How
like
are you with that?
and I was ill for a few days. I
Yeah.
was just like that was the start of me getting progressively worse. It was I was tired. I
Mm,
was so tired. I did not feel good.
yeah.
Um, I felt like shit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then my ears were blocked, and so I had to get my ears cleaned. Um, because I was like, I was noticing my right ear specifically was like really dampened. I was like, I can't do any work with my
Yeah.
ears like this. So I had my ears cleaned. That went fantastically. That's a whole story if you want the whole story
Holy
now, actually.
shit.
Yeah, let's get into
Yeah.
that. Let's
All
get
right.
get
Sure.
into that. So
All right.
I was like, okay, I work in a bar, so my sleep schedule is nocturnal. I usually
Yeah.
stay awake all night and then sleep all day. Just like look at the clock and reverse AM and PM, and that is um, that's my sleep schedule. Just complete reversal. So I was like, okay, this appointment is at 3:15 p.m., which mentally for me is AM. So I set an alarm for 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Thought, yep, this is enough time for me to get there. It's literally down the road. Um, I live really close to the city center. I live next to a road that goes into the heart of the city center,
Yeah.
and it is at the end of that road. So I was like, okay, this is absolutely like so easy to get to. And then my alarm just didn't go off, and I woke up
Holy shit.
at like I think it was 3:07, and I'm like, oh no, I've got 8 minutes to get into the city. I absolutely cannot make this appointment on time. So I
Holy
called
shit.
ahead and I said, I'm going to be late. And they said that they're really busy that day. If I'm late, I might miss the appointment. And I waited like over a week for this appointment. Oh, it was not good. So I was thinking, right, I'm just gonna have to, do this as fast as I can.
Yeah.
I literally I put clothes on, brushed my teeth, left the house. I was waiting for a bus. I checked when the next bus comes. I was like, I cannot wait that long. I'll just be late. So I got on Uber, and
No
the
way.
Uber was accepted, right? The Uber was accepted, and I was like, okay, it's a blue Toyota Yaris. Looked in front of me at the traffic lights in front of me, and there was a blue Toyota Yaris, and the license plate matched up. That was my Uber, literally like a few meters away from me as it was accepted. That's never happened to me before, ever. And so I waved the guy down. He let me in. I explained. So he drove just down the road because this was all on the same road. He drove down the
Yeah.
road. We hit every child crossing the road. We didn't hit the children crossing the road. We
We hit every
we
child
we
crossing the road.
we had to stop for every child crossing the road, every traffic light, every van that pulled in front of us that we could possibly get. It took so long to get there, and I ended up getting there at 3:30. And I got through the door and went, I know I'm 15 minutes late for my appointment. Is it still possible to do this? I really need this appointment. And it turns out that when I was given the appointment time over the phone, I forgot that they gave me the wrong time initially, and it was actually at 1/2 past. And I forgot to change it in my
Oh my
calendar. And
god.
so it turns out I'd arrived perfectly on time.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
I know, I
Holy
know. And then
shit.
in the ear cleaning, so I have eczema in my ears, so I have to get my ears cleaned every so often.
Yeah.
Um, but because of that eczema, sometimes it's really hard to put like olive oil in my ears to soften the earwax.
Yeah.
It can sometimes cause me to flare up or like get infections. Usually for me, it just irritates things. So I didn't put any olive oil in my ears to soften the wax beforehand.
Yeah.
And they said that that might be a problem because they showed me photos of in the inside of my ear, and it was just this like compact, dry slab of
Holy
wax in
shit.
both ears. And they were like, "Yeah, this you might struggle to get this, especially because like my ear canals are literally like that like I think
No way.
that wide. Like genuinely, I've got really small ear canals, and so they said we might struggle. And this audiologist is a genius because she just sprayed some oil into my ears because it's
Yeah.
fine if you're sucking it out with the thing. Then just out of both ears, it took like 5 minutes for like both ears. Genuinely, it took no time at all. I was like, oh, okay, that was incredibly quick.
Yeah.
Like my right ear, I think took about 90 seconds.
Yeah.
genuinely, and that was the one that had the bigger blockage.
Yeah.
And dude, have you ever like worn earplugs or something in like a loud space, and then
Yeah,
like
yeah,
after,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and you
Like a
take them
rave.
out and
Yeah.
everything sounds all sizzly and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
sparkly?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I had like, wax plugs in my ears for like over a week, it was like that but times 10. I felt like I could hear the sun. Like it was genuinely like, whoa, everything was so sparkly for ages. And after a bit of time, I had to wait for my ears to kind of reset because the suction can make
Yeah.
your ears like tense up a bit to like protect yourself from the loud noise because of the high pressure.
Yeah.
So after a few hours, I was like, right, I haven't listened to music like all week because, I wouldn't enjoy it if it's just like dull and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I put on like my three favorite albums at the moment and just listened to them and enjoyed it so much. And then started mixing and then started
Yeah.
working on my secret project, which is now finished. I finished my secret project. I just need to film the music video. I've been teasing this a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's awesome. Yeah, like that sounds really awesome. That sounds really funny actually. Like the whole earwax thing, cause like, it took no time. Like
Yeah.
that's just crazy. Cause like like
Yeah.
here's a funny thing about me is like actually because when I got wisdom teeth removed a while ago, like it wasn't like
Ooh.
not like recently. It's like a year ago, 2 years ago, kind of thing like that. So like when I got my wisdom teeth removed, like I was like before I got it removed, I was just like like I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna do this in America, cause like it's like because it was like okay, like they're gonna put me to sleep and then like I'm just not gonna feel any pain, everything's gonna be good, right? That's what I thought, and then like and then I ended up not doing it in America. I went back to China, and then like when I went back to China to do it, like it was like I was just like my parents were just like my sister was just like yeah they don't like put you to sleep. I was just like what do you mean like I just feel the pain and they're just like she's just like no you don't, but there's a chance you could. But then also it's a very unlikely chance. But also at the same time, there's another thing, which is that like they use like this gigantic ass fucking like thing that looks like a hammer to take out your wisdom teeth. So like it's like this.
But is it just like a chisel? Just
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's like something like that. And I was just like, holy shit! Like someone's about to fucking kill me or something. I was like, I was like thinking in my head. I was just like, what if like they punch in like too much? It'll kill me, right? Or like something. Like I was just like so worried and everything like that. And then like my sister was just like, no,
wisdom
no, no.
tooth removed, lobotomy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, like basically, I was like thinking like, oh my god, after I get my wisdom teeth removed, I'm gonna have to fucking get plastic surgery because it's gonna fuck up my face or something. I was like so scared for like a week,
oh, that's
and
funny.
then like I got to do my wisdom teeth removal, right? And then like I just like I sat there in like the hospital bed, and there was like 10 other people in the same room getting their wisdom teeth removed. So I would just hear like the ding 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 from like other fucking patients, and while like I'm just sitting there, I'm just like holy shit, like I'm gonna fucking die. I was like my hands were shaking, everything, and ended up being that like I was laying down and like like they put like shit in me, like they injected shit in me so like I don't feel any pain and everything like that, and then
Yeah.
and then like and then like they like get me ready for the removal, and it's like two like young college girls, and I was just like holy shit, like they're gonna do my fucking removal. I'm so scared now, even worse because they're like college girls, like they do can't I don't trust college girls with my fucking teeth, like it's like and then right when they're about to start, like this old ass fucking doctor dentist walks into the room, just like this old ass fucking dentist that has like fucking like fucking crazy ass like fucking like scars on her face and everything. And she walks into the room. She can't speak because her like vocal something is like broken or something like that. So like she walks in, she gets like the things ready, and she's like, and then she goes thumbs up to like the two girls, and then like she grabs like everything, and then she goes, and then just, and then. And
Do you
like
feel any of that?
I didn't feel anything, but like I can like, but like in my head, I was just like, if I had my head raised, it would just be like this. It would be like, like I would like, but like my head was rested on something, so like
that's
like,
terrifying.
Yeah, but like, and then like I was just like, yeah, go ahead.
It terrifies me, like that you couldn't feel that, because I have like a major fear of like anesthetics and stuff like that. Like the thought of not being able to feel my body absolutely terrifies me so much. Oh my goodness, I hate I hate any anesthetic or anything.
Yeah, dude,
It's so
I was so scared. Like, I was just like, holy fuck, I'm about to fucking die. And then just like, and then I was just like, I was just closed my eyes the entire time because I was like, I can't watch this. I can't watch myself dying. And then like it's just like it's only like
ugh.
it's only been like, and then like suddenly it's just like, and it's done.
Oh, I hate that. I hate all dentistry things. I hate that. I've had some bad
Yeah.
experiences. I had a tooth removed without anesthetic once because I had an infection that was leaking.
Holy shit.
And the anesthetic just leaked out of the infection hole and into my stomach.
Holy shit.
And so, and they didn't notice that because my lip went numb because it was enough to make my lip go numb. Because my lip went numb, they were like, "Yeah, your mouth's numb." It's like it's not. And like they pulled out the tooth, and I was screaming. And like they like the root was literally like this. It was just like, oh my gosh, yeah. Because when my baby teeth, when like all my molars came out, like almost all of them had issues.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't come out properly, or like the root would like, I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I know that the root disappears in some way,
Yeah.
but it didn't all disappear properly. So one of them I had, it was like a tooth, and then it was just this sharp bit that was stuck to my
Holy
gum.
shit.
So it was out, but it didn't come out of my gum.
Mm-hmm.
So like there was no like nothing connecting the tooth to me except it was stabbing me, and so that got infected,
Holy
like stuff
shit.
like that. Like, oh, it's a miracle my teeth are okay. Apart from this
Yeah.
one here, that's
Oh,
like just a
okay.
giant tooth. You've seen that in person.
Yeah, I've seen it in person. Yeah,
I've
that's
just got a
fucking
giant
crazy.
fang here.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my story with my fucking.
That was your story.
Yeah, no, I
Wow.
because like at the end of it though, it was like really funny. I was just like, oh, it ended, and then like my mom showed me the video of it, like of me getting the removal because she
I
recorded
would
it.
not.
She was just like, my son's getting
Why?
her first.
Why did she record that?
Yeah, she recorded it, and then like I was like watching it, but then I was just like, I can't watch this. But then like and then I looked at it. It's a 10 seconds. It was a 10-second video. That all
The
that
way you
shit-
described this entire experience, like felt like 5 minutes.
Exactly. It felt like fucking like an hour for me. Like I was like, dude, I am like, because I was feeling everything and I felt like an hour, but like no, it was only 10
Maybe the
seconds.
meds were just like maybe the meds were just so intense that time slowed down and you were just
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, like they said, it was like my mom was like, yeah, it was only 10 seconds. I was like, what? That took 10 fucking seconds. Cause like,
I just imagine that you close your eyes and like what you see is just like slowly the lights going dim as you close your eyes. And I think like, you just like in real time you just close your eyes and like you just see the entire world go black.
yeah, I just like slowly see everything fade away, and then just like everything slowly fade back, and I'm just like, is it done?
It's just like it's
Yeah.
really slowly.
Yeah, exactly. It's like super slow. Now that's honestly like what I felt, because I was just like, I'm like dead. I felt dead at the end of it, but like yeah, it was only 10 seconds. And then like you know
It's
what's
funny,
the worst
man.
part of all of it? You know what's the worst part about all of it?
What?
The doctor said I couldn't smoke for a day afterwards.
Just a day?
Yes. What an asshole, right?
Oh no, you poor thing.
Yeah.
You poor thing. Your lungs must have felt great.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's my story. Also, Jay Snatch said like said your
Jay
said about-
Sanch.
Jay Sanch, yeah, Jay Sanch said about your story, like it was like your bro's RNG is crazy. He said,
Oh no, yeah, it is. It is. I regularly I regularly roll like 20 on my life just in the most absurd situations. It is the craziest thing. I'm just constantly rolling the dice with my life.
yeah, you.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how you are as well.
My
Sometimes.
RNG is crazy. That's like such a good way to describe my life because
Yeah.
you know everything that happens to me in my life, just the crazy things.
Yeah.
Because like, we had a conversation about it in New York, and then you were like, "Oh yeah, let's order some drinks," and I was like, "Oh, I'll have a hot chocolate." And when it arrived, it was just milk.
Yeah, we should tell that story. Oh my god, it's so
So funny. It was so
Oh my
funny
God,
because
I
like
totally forgot about
it was
that.
like, "Oh, I'll have it with oat milk," and then you were like, "Oh, they don't have." They don't like they've just said that they don't have oat milk. I'm like almond milk will be fine. And so you selected almond milk, and then it was just hot almond milk. It was just like
Yes.
I just took a drink. I was like, this doesn't taste very chocolatey. Took another drink. Is this wait? Is this just? And then I opened it. It was just milk. It was just milk.
I
It's
remember
one
the
of those things
reason
that I was like,
actually.
yep, that's something that would happen to you.
Yeah, actually, I just remember the reason about it. Actually, it's because like you were like you can't drink coffee, right? You're
Yeah, no,
like,
I can't have
yeah, you
caffeine.
can't have caffeine. So like it was like because mocha has caffeine in it, right? And like I saw it was like 10 drops of mocha swirl, and like I was just like, that's 10 drops of caffeine for you. I was just like, do you want me to clear that out? I asked you this, and you were like, yeah, yeah, make sure to have no mocha swirls. And then like I deleted all of that. And guess what? The two ingredients were in fucking hot
So you,
chocolate: milk and mocha swirls. So like we basically
oh
just
really? So you ordered a hot chocolate without the chocolate.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Starbucks do hot chocolate without that. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, I guess I'll never know until you come back to New York, or like when you come back to America. But like,
Oh,
yeah,
dude, that's
that's
crazy.
fucking
No,
insane.
there's a hot chocolate chain that's I don't know whether it's in America at all, but it's or I don't know what countries it's in, but it is in the UK. There's one in York that wasn't as nice, and there's one that's open in Newcastle in my city that is really good. It's like a coffee shop, but instead of coffee, the primary thing is hot chocolate. Like you
Mhm.
go in, you get to choose your percentage of chocolate. And they make it with actual chips of chocolate,
Yeah.
and it's done so well. They even make their own
Oh
marshmallows,
wow.
and you can have there's
Holy
marshmallows,
shit.
and their marshmallows are delicious. You can buy them as well, like in a box,
Yeah.
and it's the best hot chocolate. It's so good. You can get whatever percentage. For some reason, they do like 100%, and I just imagine someone going into like a hot chocolate place, just like, ah, I don't like Joy. I'd like to have 100% chocolate, please, with no sugar whatsoever. I'm curious to try it though, just to see what it's like, just once. Because like, what if it's a bit like coffee? You
No,
know,
no,
what if it's a bit like coffee,
or
but it's chocolate?
or you could just go in there and be like, I want just the milk. You go into a hot chocolate
Just
spot.
go in and just ask for milk.
Yeah,
Just
just be like,
hot
can I
milk.
have some
They'll
milk?
do it. Like they'll do it. They won't charge me much.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's really annoying because it's spelled KNOONPS, right?
Yeah.
No, Sorry, I'm so dyslexic. KNOOPS. There we go. Um, so your brain sees that, and you know when like there's a K and then an N at a word, and you think like night or something
Yeah.
like that, right? But they have on the wall somewhere
Wait, is it KNW
a
double O
pronunciation KNOOPS.
PS? Okay, I'm searching it up.
They have on the wall in their shops
Yeah.
a pronunciation guide, and it is pronounced canoops, but it feels so
Canoops.
wrong to say it. And I feel like I have to explain that every time I introduce the store because I say, "Oh yeah, it's called canoops," and they show it. It's like, "Well, you're fucking dumb." It's like, "No, that's how it's pronounced."
Yeah, so it's a store that's only in okay, so it's in only 3 countries in the world actually. It's in
Oh really?
yeah, it's in UK, like England, and then
Yeah,
it's in what is it? Netherlands. There's oh no,
the
that's this is
Netherlands.
not this
Yeah.
is not even the canoe. Yeah. Oh, okay. Actually, I lied. It's only in England.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's only in England. It's there's like
okay. Interesting.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 stores in England, and that's
One
it.
of them's in my city.
Yeah, one of them is in your city. So you can go on a marathon and try to go to all the stores.
I will not.
Yeah. But anyways,
Oh, dude,
let's
I used to be a barista, so I got really good at making hot chocolate. And over Christmas, I got like a bag of cooking chocolate chips
Mhm.
and some milk and some vanilla extract, and in a pan I made hot chocolate from scratch, and it was one of the nicest hot chocolates I've ever had. I was
That's
so
awesome.
pleased with myself. And they do basically the same method,
Yeah.
from what I understand
That's
as well.
great.
So
Yeah.
brilliant, brilliant hot chocolate.
Yeah. But all right, now shifting from hot
Yes.
chocolates, now let's do some shit talking.
I want hot chocolate now. I want sugar. Okay,
Let's do some shit talking.
so
Grab out your popcorns, everyone. Like, all right, let's do
okay,
some shit
so
talking. So, what's your worst? Just tell me, like, what's your worst experience with like a client on like a audio mix? Like, what do you feel like is like the worst of all?
I don't think we go for the worst one yet. because you know which one's the worst one.
I don't. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Oh my
Let's not
god.
do it yet. Let's do that a little bit later.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What's it? What's
I'll
your?
talk about my worst experience with like feedback on a mix first,
Yeah.
not because I think overall worst experience with the client. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Um, my worst experience. I'm not gonna name names at all with this,
Yeah.
obviously, because I'm not just gonna openly shit talk
Yeah,
people
yeah, yeah. We don't.
specifically.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone just like we don't name names on this podcast. So like, if you want to know who it is,
No,
you can DM me.
none
I'm
of
just
us
kidding.
have names. No, 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 no,
I'm
no.
just
Yeah.
kidding.
If you know who it is, know who it is. Don't, but just
Yeah. Don't DM me.
um, yeah. So worst experience in terms of like feedback on a mix. Honestly, like so almost the same client. I've got to think here.
Yeah.
One of the worst experiences I had like earlier on was like while I was still doing free stuff. Actually,
Yeah.
there was this one person, like a looper, who had a bit of an ego about him, and um, he said that he'd tried a few mixing engineers and then wanted to try me out because I was making some waves at the time,
Hmm.
still kind of starting up. Um, and like I don't know if you remember, but like when I was starting out, people were like, my biggest complaint was that people said I didn't give it enough bass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and that was because people at the time were giving everything way too much bass, so people weren't used to leveled EQ. Like right now, it's a lot more
Yeah.
even. Funnily enough,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
like people's mixes have gotten way better,
Yeah.
and I could blast my own ego and say maybe I was a part of that, but I'll never know. But
Yeah. I mean, there
mixing
was
overall has
like,
gotten better.
yeah. I mean, initially there was a audio engineer that like just gave like intense amount of bass. Like,
Oh,
there
we
used
can
to be
talk shit
one.
about Pulsate.
Oh,
We can talk shit
okay.
about
You're gonna
Pulsate.
start letting names out. Okay.
We can talk shit about him, and the reason I say we can talk shit about him is because he almost got a bunch of GBB qualifiers disqualified um, that year
Oh
when
yeah.
but because he told his clients, yeah, this is like all mixed to the rules, and he just didn't follow the rules at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then when Sinjo was trying to get in contact with him, he was just leaving him on red and things like that, just completely ignoring him, completely ghosting him. And then he disappeared out the scene after that. Pulsate has done not much since. He's worked with Collapse one or two times, but then, you know, people have realized his audio isn't what everyone thought it was. He was just putting absurd amount of bass on the things and slamming it into a limiter.
Yeah.
Just wasn't just wasn't good. The standards surpassed him so much. But yeah, I lost a lot of respect for him when he kind of conned a bunch of people and nearly got people disqualified.
Yeah.
Sinjo told me that the only reason that they didn't get disqualified is because so many people would have gotten disqualified, so many big names would have been disqualified that it would have been a huge controversy.
Yeah.
And Space Beatbox were already in deep water at the time.
They're already in way too much already.
Yeah, like they already had so much going on that like they could not afford another controversy. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's why like none of those people got disqualified. And like, don't get me wrong, the people deserve to get disqualified with their ability. Like this is people like River and Stitch with the Where Did Air wildcard and everything. Like these were like good tracks
Yeah,
already.
yeah. I still
Um,
listen to River's GV wildcard sometimes. Like I would still sometimes listen to that.
yeah. Oh, I hate the audio on it though. It's just so dull.
Yeah.
It's upsetting because it could be so sparkly and powerful, but it's
Yeah.
not. But yeah, so this one Lupo guy, he was saying like he was telling me that there was too much bass in it and things like that. Just anything that I did to this track, any changes I tried to make, he just didn't like, and I think it was mainly a thing about like one of the hardest things is like when having someone else mix your stuff is learning to relinquish control,
Mhm.
right? Understanding that even though it's your art, you're gonna have to relinquish control over that to someone
Yeah.
else, and understand that their ideas might make it better. That's usually why mastering engineer is different to the mixing engineer, is different to the
Mhm.
producer, which is different to the songwriter, because then all these different people's ideas stacked on top of each other make something better together.
Yeah.
Um, but he didn't want to relinquish that control, let go at all. So
Yeah.
because it didn't come back to him sounding exactly the same, he just said like, "Oh, I think maybe my kind of music just like doesn't benefit from like mastering." And I'm like, "What?"
What?
It was such a crazy thing. It's something I still remember because it's like that what a interesting statement to make. That's
Yeah.
like one of the that's like an early thing for me where it was just like there was nothing I could have done to make him like a
Yeah.
mix because it didn't come from him kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, no, I totally
Um,
get that.
yeah, it was kind of a learning experience though to kind of realize that that thing about letting go of control and stuff and learning how that works has helped me communicate with clients better at least. So, I got something from it.
Yeah. 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 Damn. That's crazy though. That like happened like so long ago as well. It's like you still remember it clear today.
Yeah, it was like I think I was in France visiting my partner at the time as well, like while
Yeah.
it was happening.
Oh.
So I was just like in France, just like, oh, okay. And then looking outside and seeing the
Yeah.
Pyrenees Mountains and going, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's so
Yeah,
that's
okay. What's your like so far like one of your worst like client experiences in terms of like feedback and
in terms
stuff?
of feedback and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh
in terms of just like
shit.
what this client wants is just annoying kind of thing.
Oh my god. I so here's a crazy thing. So I because so some of you probably know like I do film kind of things like that. Like I don't like like in beatboxing like I record videos sometimes for people like very 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 unoften anymore. Like I basically don't anymore because there's like no money there and like I'm one
Yeah,
driven by money. So like
capitalism.
yeah, capitalism. So my craziest experience with a client was like that like so it was like this it was actually yeah, it was actually a music video actually that I shot for someone. So it was like so it was me and two other people that were on the crew. We had a cinematographer, we had a director, and then and it was me. And like we were the crew for this because like it was just like a very very low budget. Like we couldn't afford to pay anyone else for the production. That like we just had to go with
Mm.
us three. So it was like us three, and then like this singer and her agent and her manager and her fucking people that were there. She had like fucking 20 people there, and like it was just three of us. And like with her 20 people there, they were just like all like it was either her friends, it was either her like coach, singing coach, whatever kind of things like that, like performance coach, kind of things like that. They were all there, right? And then like it was like the worst experience ever. Not like at the start of it, like when we first started like working with a client and stuff like that about like the music video and things like that. It wasn't that bad. It was just like very very normal. But then like
Mm.
the moment we got onto the set, it was like the worst because because it's mainly because the singer brought way too many people. Like that just like our director was just like being overstepped by like the client so much of the time that it was just like what the fuck, like this is like I felt so bad for the director afterwards because like it was just like her
Oh
performance
man.
coach would be like hey like her performance coach would literally cut off the director and just speak to the fucking singer. And then like the singer's like fucking like vocal coach would as well. And then like the singer's agent, manager, everyone would cut off the
Like,
director.
why would a vocal coach be there for a music video?
I don't
Surely
know.
the track's already done.
I don't know.
Like you don't need to sing.
Yeah, she
You
doesn't. But
can
like,
whisper the words. You just
yeah,
need to look good.
yeah, exactly. But
I,
like, I
I'm
just don't know
I'm shooting
why.
a music video soon. I know this.
Yeah, but like they were just like yeah, because like it was like the only thing that was a red flag during the prep was just like the fact that she wanted to sing it as she was performing it, and then and then she wanted the audio to be taken on the day of, and then like I was just like that's not happening. But then like we like basically we had to fucking find a way to do it in the end because like we just got like they were just like
So unrealistic.
yeah. And then like throughout the entire shoot though, it was just like the director just getting railed by like every single person in that from that artist. And like the director was like they were just like your ideas are suck. Your ideas suck, everything like that. And they would complain to me about the director as well. And then like And then after that, after they complained to me about the director, they would go to the DP, and then like everyone just like they just kept on complaining to everyone about the director. And I was just
Everyone
like,
except the director.
yeah, like I was just like, dude, he's fucking directed for Dua Lipa. Like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. Like, this is a director that has actually directed for Dua Lipa. So like,
Yeah.
I'm like being dead ass. I was just like, dude, he's fucking directed for Dua Lipa. Like, I don't know what the fuck did you have an issue with him with, like, and then like we like
it's that one thing of just it's that one thing about not being in control again,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
It's,
exactly.
you gotta sometimes let other people do their thing. Sometimes other people have good ideas too.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like
It's
it
all
just
ego.
sucked so bad. Like after and then like after the shoot as well, like they were just like they're like after the shoot as well, I was just like telling them like, all right, I'm gonna send the pay to the director right now, and then like we're gonna send the pay to like DP, everything like that. And they were just like, we don't want to pay the director. I was just like, what the fuck do you mean you don't want to pay the fucking director?
What do you mean you don't want to pay the director?
He took his time out of
good
his
luck.
day to fucking come here to direct this thing for 12 hours straight, and you're telling me that you don't want to pay him now, and like, so you're trying to get a loss on yourself, and then like they were just like, and I argued with him for a while. Finally, they paid him, but like that's not the worst part yet. Like because when the worst part came when we were editing it, because I showed him like an edit cut, like I showed him a cut for the music video, and then like it was just like they like you know how like when you like I don't know if this is something in audio, but like you know like when you when someone has a feedback for you on like audio kind of things like that, they would just be like give you the timestamp. Would they ever give you like the timestamp of like the audio clip of being like, oh, maybe
sometimes
here
they do.
Yeah, so we get that all the time in film where it's like they would give the timestamp and be like, oh, maybe make this cut a little bit longer, kind of things like that, right? So
Yeah.
The whole music video was 3 minutes and 37 seconds long, and I have exactly 337 timestamps of notes.
How many seconds is 3 minutes and 30 seconds?
There's like, dude, it's like I got more.
That's less than 300.
What?
I'm pretty sure there's less than 300 seconds, and yeah, 300 seconds is 5 minutes.
It's less than 300 seconds. So like I got more notes on timestamps on like a single second than I got like the entire like it could have been like 3 minutes and 37 seconds of like each second being a timestamp for like notes, but no, it was like one timestamp they would give me like 20 notes.
That is so much for each second.
Yeah, like almost like every second I got
crazy.
Yeah, because they would just be like, oh,
that is crazy.
Dude, like you don't understand the craziness about it, because it was just like one of the seconds they were just like, oh, I saw like a little blue dot on the top of the screen. I think we need to erase that.
Like they're looking at it frame by frame.
Yeah, they were looking
just sitting down, going, right, time to watch this. Okay, cool. Like, are they watching this in like on a PowerPoint presentation? Just like, like pressing a button, like, just like next slide, next slide.
Yeah, it was like crazy to me. I was just like, what the fuck?
Oh man,
why does anyone do that? Like, I was just like I was just blown away by the fact that like we got fucking 337 fucking notes on it, and like I don't even know if they were being honest or like they were just fucking with me, but like yeah.
Did this music video end up being big at all?
No, they scratched it.
Scratched it. Oh, that's so annoying. It's so annoying when you work with people and then like the project gets just scrapped in the end, and you put so much work into it. Even if you get paid, like it's so annoying when it then gets like scrapped.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, and
I was
also
looking forward to that being shared.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the crazy thing about this whole thing is that like the singer that we recorded for is actually super big now. And like this happened like a year ago, and like she's like insanely big now. I'm not gonna say any names because NDA, but like she's like insanely big now, and like I was just like, damn, like this could have been great for a portfolio, even though
it rhymes with Spappel Dome, just like
what the fuck. Yeah, but like
no, I'm just like I'm trying to think who's insanely big now that it could be.
Yeah.
But like every musician lives in LA, so
yeah. So like it was crazy though. Like it just happened like a year ago, and like this like yeah, now they're like super big because they ended up like paying us like way more than they should have. Like not they should have, but like they ended up paying us like more than what we agreed on, because they wanted like an extra like 30 fucking revision on the edit. So like
Mm.
so I was just like, well, you need more money for this, more money for this, and eventually they were just like, hey, we're just gonna like pass this on. We're just gonna pay you we're gonna give you a pay or play, and basically what a pay or play is basically like they either pay you a sum of money to continue like they either pay you a sum of money so you're off the project, or play by like you do your job, and like you still get paid for it. And so
Mm.
pay like, but the pay part of it is like they'll pay you an extra amount of money just to for you to just not do anything for the project anymore and just get you off. So we got all of us got pay or played on it, so all of us got kicked off the
Wow.
project. And then they went on to this other editing like production company that I actually am really good friends with. And then like
That's funny.
they went on to do another like 20 different revisions of the edit, and like after that like they just scratched it.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a them problem.
Yeah, we ended up
Oh,
we
that's
found out
annoying.
and in the end we found out that the entire music video actually like went over budget by like around like I think like 100 grand by the end of it, because like
That's money.
yeah, because like
That's so much
we
money.
didn't ask for like like just so you know, we 1/3 of it is us, like that's it, like
Mm.
1/3 of it was us. The other 2/3 was the other production companies that they went to, because they went to like 5 other ones later on to go redo the edit, and like they just couldn't find
Yeah.
one that like could make it happen for them, because like again, like you just like they just didn't trust his director with his judgments and things like that. And director even complained to me. He was just like, yeah, like this could have been like really good. Like it kind of sucked.
Yeah,
But like
it
yeah,
sounds like it.
yeah, but yeah, like
That's
it ended
annoying,
up like
man.
just fucking up. Like I was just like, bro, like this is like the worst fucking
Yeah,
experience I've
no,
ever had.
I've been in a situation like that where like just a client not knowing what they wanted led to like loads of work that went to waste. So one client I had when we started working together,
Mm-hmm.
they were kind of just like, okay, just make it sound as good as you can, and stuff. I was like, okay, like, can we hop on a call and we can talk about like what kind of like what sort of thing you want so that we can, I know how to get this sounding the best because
Yeah,
I was like, okay, it sounded like I'm gonna do like a slice mix, like a big, huge production where I'm dissecting everything.
yeah,
And they just refused to get in a call with me. Like like genuinely refused to get in a call. Just said no, just do your thing. I'll just like see what it's like. So I do this master slice mix, spent hours and hours on it, like over 30 hours. And it is like it was one of the best mixes I'd ever done, right? It was one of the best beatbox mixes I'd ever heard. I was just like so proud of it. I put so much effort into it. And then when it came to me showing them, they were like, "Oh, actually, I wanted it a lot more stripped back and a lot more natural approach." And I was just like, "Are you kidding me?" Like that, literally, it never saw the light of day, right? I
yeah.
ended up doing like a wild card style mix of it in the end, uh, and I only got paid for the wild card style mix thing as well,
That's okay.
which
That's fucked up.
really sucked.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and you can guess who that client is as well. It's that one. It's the same one that I had the
No
other
way.
story with. That's how we started working together.
No
Yeah.
way.
So then when it came to that other project, I was like, look, no, this is just not gonna.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
So I'm looking at the time, and there's two people watching.
Yeah.
Those two people, you might want to share this because this story involves someone who is pretty phenomenal and big in the beatboxing scene. I will not drop the names at the moment. Maybe one day. Um, yeah. So
You want me to give you full screen?
no, no, you're good. You're good. Um, so this story, you've heard the story, but I don't know if you remember all the details.
I remember like a good amount of it, because like I remember you being really pissed about it, so I remember like, and I know who this is obviously, and like knowing
Yeah.
who this is, I remember this story
It was
clear as day.
so disappointing. A lot
Yeah.
of people who found out and everything were just like, I'm so disappointed in this person, looked up to him for a while. So I did a mix for this client. This one was a slice mix this time. They actually wanted a slice mix because the wildcard style mix they weren't so happy with. And it was like, okay, fair enough. I'll do this one. Like they knew what my hourly rate was. I told them what my hourly rate was, and I said how many hours this would take. And for some reason they didn't. Maybe they did know, maybe they just didn't register
Yeah.
that um they would have to pay so much money.
Yeah.
It came out to a lot of money, and they were just so unhappy with that. They were just like, they like basically insulted my work, and I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna open up the screenshots and I'm just gonna read them out.
Holy shit. While you're
So
doing that, I'm gonna search up if the England has like this one single law that I'm thinking about right now that I actually recently just learned about. So you keep going.
yeah, this situation is one of the reasons that I've gone like fully legit with stuff now, and I've set up uh I've set up a business properly, and I'll like do proper invoices and everything and have everything set out because of how this happened. So I'll read out the messages, and I'll obviously leave out like specific prices and um the actual track names and stuff, so it's not leaked. So I said, yo, so the total time for mix was 14 hours, not including the first attempts at mixing before, starting from the ground up with a new approach, because that was like a good maybe 5 hours already as well
Yeah.
that I just wasn't charging for. I said, at my standard hourly rate, that would be, and then a number that is over £350. I can tell you that much. More than £350. I said, I know that's a lot, and we didn't discuss numbers beforehand, so I'm willing to negotiate down or make compromises if that's going to be an issue. I'm never going to try bleed someone dry or anything. That is what I said in my first messages. And then the message is so long. It's like a message that's long enough that you have to scroll to read the whole thing, right? So he responds, I think the price quoted is too high. I'm willing to pay an amount that is less than half of minimum wage for the amount of hours I put in. It's less than half of minimum wage in my country and in their country. Um, and then he said, if these mixes are taking too much of your time, we can stick to wildcard mixes only. Then he goes on and says, while the track mix is satisfactory, it doesn't meet the standard I expect. I thought we were collaborating, considering I pay a set fee and promote your business in my videos to hundreds of thousands, which is not industry standard. One, putting a credit in the video is
Yeah.
industry standard.
Yes.
Two, we're not collaborating. You're my client and you pay me for the work. Giving you credit is a thing. Three, you accepted the mix the day before. You've only brought up an issue of saying that it doesn't meet the standard you expect.
Mhm.
You know, like when I mentioned the price, it it's not great. So then he said, I understand these styles take longer, but I didn't expect such a significant price increase. If you want to maintain this price, that's fine. However, I cannot pay it this time as it wasn't stated earlier. I might consider it in the future if your work justifies the cost. Ow, twisting the knife. I think we should work on flat rates only if we are going to continue to work together to ensure there is no confusion in the future. Yeah, the issue with this mainly is that when we started working together, they kind of used their size as an artist
Their clout.
to get me to kind of do a mix for them before deciding on prices and stuff like that, so that they can get like an idea of how um I sound, the way they worded it, and I kind of fell into that trap, and that's what got me in this situation. So I will always discuss prices beforehand. They're always one of the first things I discuss. And if someone refuses to do that, I will not work with them, no matter who it is. It could be Dua Lipa, and I wouldn't. But no, I'm just like, we're going to discuss prices now, or we're not going to discuss them at all. So yeah, I responded. I said I was never expecting that high of a payment, as said. I know it's really high and it wasn't discussed. I was never going to try and break the bank or anything, but felt it was necessary to state how much time, how much it was for this amount of time for future. The quote for the full payout with nothing else. Um, yeah, the quote is for the full payout with nothing else, but I'm more than happy to go down to his offer in exchange for my logo being used in the end credits where my name would go, because it was just my name put. and
Yeah.
I wanted my logo. Um, and then I said the work that would get me will likely amount to the quote in about a year or so. So, it would get me that much work anyway. Um, so yeah, then this is the kicker.
Fuck.
He says, and I will drop a number for this one. The rate for a brand's logo to be featured in my video is $3,500, which is absurd. That is so much more. But okay, so the amount that he offered me in pounds in my currency is equivalent to $100 for him. So is only willing to pay me a 35th of the cost, right? A 35th of the cost that he would charge someone to put a brand logo. So he's valuing his video at $3,500, right? And he's only willing to pay me 100 for the audio, right? And I put 14 hours into this, which is an absurd thing. That's like so bad. So
Dude, that's crazy.
yeah.
I don't know why I'm reacting. I already know the story like clear as day.
Yeah, but like that's why on the day of its release, a lot of people were, putting stuff out, making jokes about something 3,500 or stuff like that. Like, oh, I listened to this 3,500 times, things like that. It's because people were memeing on it. People who knew this story were memeing on the guy. Yeah. So, I said, dude, I hope you can understand how disrespectful that comes across. I approached you with the price and in the same message explained how I understand that it's a lot of money and that I'm willing to negotiate. You respond with 4 paragraphs effectively explaining how I'm charging too much, which, by the way, you shouldn't ever do. You shouldn't say you're charging too much. You just say, I can't pay that. But he just told me that I'm not good enough for that amount of money. So yeah, I continue to say, I accepted your counteroffer despite it being less than half minimum wage in the UK in exchange for my credit to be in the form of my logo. Not a brand deal, a credit. One of
Yeah.
the reasons for this is because of the inconsistencies in the descriptions of both videos I've already worked on for you already. Yeah, because my name wasn't put in the description right.
Yeah.
And when I asked him to credit me properly in the description and to change it, he said that he didn't want to change the description in case it messed with the algorithm of
What
the
the
YouTube
fuck?
videos and the promotion. And by the way, like if you know anything about YouTube, you know that's bullshit.
Yeah,
Because
it
if
is. It is.
people will regularly change the thumbnail, right, to try get more interaction, and we'll have like 5 different thumbnails they will test and decide on. So if you like, I mean, if you watch YouTube a lot, I watch YouTube a lot, you'll see the same video appear multiple times before you click on it with multiple different thumbnails each time because the person who releases it is testing thumbnails to find the
Yeah.
best one.
Yeah.
So changing that kind of thing isn't just like not going to affect you. It often helps. It
Yeah.
often like getting that stuff right improves your performance. So
Yeah.
it was ridiculous. So it was
Damn.
so that was already annoying. And so yeah, I said in response, you tell me that you value brand promotion in the video at $3,500, more than 23 times what you're willing to pay the person that produced the video. Which is well, if you think about it, wait, is it 100
This is
or
crazy.
$150?
Oh yeah.
I need to double check. It might not be 35
Yeah.
times, might be
Yeah.
it might be more than, but yeah, more than 23 times.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, also everyone that just joined the stream right now, since I just promoted the stream on Discord, I totally forgot to do that earlier. But if you've joined the stream right now, we basically just started shit talking, and like we went through the 2 stories already. This is the third one, and for this one, Matt Speed is giving us his most insane fucking worst client experience he's ever had with
Yeah.
anyone, and it's with someone that like people fucking know. It's like literally
This is
someone
a
that,
big
like,
beatboxer.
like
I
yeah,
won't name drop at the moment, but
yeah.
yeah.
This is someone that's
so
huge. Like, it's fucking
Yeah.
nuts that this happened. Actually, like,
yeah. So I continue to
continue,
say, I'm reading DMs out. I continue to say, I mentioned to you how long those types of mixes take, what my hourly rate is, multiple times each in the past. yes, the price of this wasn't discussed up front as it should have been, and I take and have taken full responsibility for that by being willing to negotiate down to a fraction of the full cost of the video.
Yeah.
I've put a lot of work into the mix, and I think it would be a shame for it to not be posted, so please do go ahead and do it
Yeah.
as scheduled. However, I don't appreciate being devalued so heavily. Honestly, the way you responded to my second offer feels like a retaliation. Because just so to recap, I approach with my price. It's a high price because it took so many hours to work on this.
14 hours.
He tells me that I'm charging too much and my work isn't good enough. After approving the
done.
mix and stuff like that, he goes like, "Oh, I thought we were collaborating and stuff," and then offers me a fraction of the cost as payment.
Yeah.
And then when I say, "Okay, I'll take that," but where in the credits where my name would go, where my name went last time, can you put my logo instead in exchange? And he said that he will charge $3,500 for a brand logo to appear. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, after then my message, he responds again. He says, "It rubbed me the wrong way that you would quote such a high price, knowing I had committed to releasing the song without making it explicitly clear beforehand, and act as though you are bringing down your price, which is astronomically high." Which, by the way, still for 14 hours of work, my price was low.
Yeah,
Like,
for you to know as well, just so you know as well, for your sake, Joe, is that like whenever I have a film that I need a post sound mixer for, right? That takes also an astronomically long time, right?
Yeah.
The amount I pay them, the lowest I've ever paid is $1,000.
That's see, and I was like,
And you said
I mean,
yours is
if
like a little just above. It's like low. It's not. It's not.
it was
it's
over 350 pounds,
which is nowhere near
it's still like
1,000.
half of what you
Yeah.
normally. Yeah, it's
Like I have to actually pay someone.
it's
no,
ridiculous.
I just remember I have to pay someone like very soon about $400
Yeah,
mix.
and I'm not just mixing as well. I'm not just mixing. This was a full slice mix. I'm producing. I was the producer for this. I'm not just a mixing engineer and mastering engineer. I'm the producer, mixing engineer, and mastering engineer. I'm the three big things. The only thing I wasn't involved with was the recording. And believe me, it would have sounded even better if I was involved with the recording.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's astronomically high. It's ridiculous. He says it feels as though you undervalue our collaboration and were just scraping for as much money as you could get in a difficult situation. Again,
It's
it's not a collaboration. If it's crazy. So, like, it's that whole thing. People do it a lot. People are like, "Oh, I thought we were collaborating to try, get me to bring the price down, try guilt me into that." It's something people do, especially people who are bigger names if they are trying to cheap you out.
Yeah.
It's a scummy practice. So he said, "Yeah, I expected the price to double since I knew the style of mixing would take more hours, but not to go up by 10 times." Did you think so you think it like 10 times the work, double the price? That doesn't make sense. So then he says, in terms of crediting, I featured your name on screen as a collaborative gesture to help you. It's a credit. It's a credit. You don't have to pay extra in a movie to have the credits at the end. In music videos, do you have credits at the end? Usually, yeah.
You do. No, look, Keisha literally says it in chat. They go, not that you are being paid in exposure. They go,
yeah, exactly. It's being paid in exposure. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
So so anyway, it goes on, for which I had no obligation to do so, and this practice is not industry standard. It literally is industry standard, dude. Like, and then he goes on to say, I also have given you 5% revenue split in the streaming of, the last track we worked on, and have done the same for this track, as I said when we first spoke, which again, as a producer, right? As a producer, that is industry standard.
Yeah.
5% specifically isn't an industry standard thing. Do you know how I know this? I studied the music industry. I have a degree in music production. I literally study this. We study revenue flow. We understand all the splits and everything. We go through that in detail.
Now you just sound like an arrogant college dude.
Oh, look, I'm qualified. For the first year of having a degree, you get to brag about it. After that, you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah. Hello. Floyd also just joined the chat. Hello, Floyd.
Hello, Floyd.
Yeah, but dude, that's crazy because like this is what crazy to me because like in the beatboxing industry, like this is like also part of the reason why I just left the industry and like now I can just shit talk however much I want about anyone and I won't get any backlash for it because like I really don't give a two fucking shits about it. But like like I think like the economical system that works in beatboxing industry is like so shit. Like, and it's been always been pretty shit.
Mm.
Like, people just don't make a lot of money ever off beatboxing. Like, only some people, like Gene Shinazaki, probably makes a lot of money. But like like some people they do, and like some but like even then, it's like you just don't make a lot. You
Mm.
know, it's like right now, it's like for me, it's like, oh, I'm really really comfortable with my life now. It's like after I left the industry, after I left the beatboxing community, and like I feel much better now. But like now, like hearing stories like this is like crazy to me because I'm just like, I pay a sound guy sometimes for a fucking 10-second clip. I pay a sound guy sometimes like $2,000 for a single 10-second clip, and then like,
Yeah.
and it's like crazy to me that like someone that's like so high in the community like cannot even afford like is like talking in this way for something that's like let's like not even over $1,000 or like
It's such a good deal.
yeah
And do you know why? Do you know why beatboxing has like so little like economy flowing around with it, and like
why
why the standard's so low? It's because competition for so long has driven this kind of rhetoric of free work.
yeah
Because what happens in beatboxing is you want to put on an event, you need artists for that, so you just make it a competition, and then you don't have to pay the artist, or you only have to pay the winner like £100 or something like that.
yeah
And and you can even charge people to perform if you want open eliminations.
yeah
I'm looking at USABC, who, by the way, they had a loop wild card, and then they charged the loopers to compete still. They still have to buy tickets.
what the fuck
Ridiculous.
that's
It's
ridiculous
it's exploitative practice, and that has been going on for so long. And Swiss Beatbox are the first to start changing that, but only because they're the biggest and because they've had the most pressure to do that. That's the only reason they're doing that. Is because people were like literally it was Maddox and River made a video talking shit um about how they don't they don't support the winners financially
I
like at all with anything, and then they introduced a cash prize, but they only did it for the one winner, and people kicked off again. So now they're doing it for multiple because they're realizing, oh no, we have to pay our artists. What do we do? This year it looks a lot better. Looking at the like from the, if you looked at the last episode when we looked at the wildcard, it looks like
yeah
they're actually taking into account paying for food for people properly this time. Like,
I
so there's this culture built around getting free work in beatboxing, and that's why there's no money in it.
Yeah, I just remembered like I was just like now I just think about it. I'm just like it would be really funny. I feel like if I were to like like let's say if I were to work with Leonardo DiCaprio, right, and I would be like, yeah, you can act in our film, but like you have to pay for your own plane ticket.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, like
It's
even now, like
ridiculous.
for this project that I'm working on at the moment, like asking people about prices for editing stuff. Even the promo for my mixing I put out,
Yeah,
the price was quoted so low, and I was like, no, I'm gonna pay you more than that, dude. Like that's like such a little amount of money.
yeah, yeah.
Dude,
No,
that's such a little amount of money for what I'm doing, and it's still cheap. I still feel like I'm cheaping people out, but it's like I can't afford more. But that's because there's no money in beatboxing.
yeah. No one
Yeah.
has money in
Um.
beatboxing, so it's kind of sucks. You know what? I should. You know
Yeah.
what I think. What I think would be funny actually, if
What?
I record a video of me beatboxing, right, and it's like the worst fucking audio quality. Everything is just like horrible, right, and my beatboxing is just trash in it, and it's like a 2-minute video, and I'd be like, can you mix this?
Oh, that's happened before.
No, and then no, and then I pay you for it actually.
Yeah, yeah. Again, that's happened before.
Yeah.
For one of the
Oh boy.
BBU wildcards that didn't get in, yet it still got over 100,000 views, and I didn't even add it to my portfolio because it was the like one of the worst mixes
Holy
because it
shit.
was recorded on a phone. It was terrible. Um,
Holy shit.
yeah, if you
I'll
know what it is, then you can say in chat. I'm not going to name drop it because it is unbelievably Anyway, let's get. I'll continue.
Yeah.
I'll continue with where I am
This is still not done?
in the
Holy
messages.
shit.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. It's um. Yeah. So the point of us working together, he continues to say, the point of us working together is to cultivate a growing collaborative partnership in which we help each other, and I feel as though I'm taken for granted. I think I said that already. It's crazy. If you wish to ask for a higher price and feel you are being undervalued, that is completely fine. For any further projects, propose your price beforehand to my management instead of to him, and he gives me an email, which is crazy because he refused initially to send me audio via my audio form that helps me keep track of my jobs because he didn't want to give out his email. Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then yeah, and they will get back to you promptly. That way, there is no confusion in future. And then he goes back and like responds to his like in terms of crediting thing and just says, "This is obviously on top of paying a fee." So it's like, yeah, you pay me, you credit me, and I get some um some splits. That's like industry standard stuff. That's like
Yeah.
commonplace, you know?
Yeah.
This isn't like it maybe not so much in beatboxing, but like in the wider music industry, that's how things go. And you're big enough to be considered wider music industry. Like that's how it works. So I send another message. Um, I respond saying, I understand why you feel that way. I thought you'd expect that price jump considering I told you how many hours it took to do this style of mix back when I did it for the initial, other mix. Um, the wildcard style mix generally takes a little over an hour, where this took 14. As for scraping money, I'm actively trying to give the best price that I can. Most engineers will charge more after 2 revisions, and I haven't been doing that. Like, this client would give me so many revisions, like 8 to 10 revisions sometimes. Um, and then I said, I also didn't run the clock when doing many revisions or when exporting them, even though it was a few extra hours where I couldn't do other work. I was cutting costs where I could. Yeah, because sometimes like in like eight revisions, do you know how long? That's like 3 hours of exporting.
Yeah.
Um, if not more. And I have other clients. I have other work. And so I was just
Yeah.
sitting there, unable to do anything, just literally sitting there. It's like, I don't know, what do I do? Do I get some toast? Like, I don't, I, you know, so yeah, then I say, while we're in beatboxing, productions as intense as this often get a royalty cut of 1 to 5%. That's commonplace.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel that I could bring up price initially due to the way we started working together. It started with you wanting me to try mixing something for you and see if you liked it. Admittedly, I should have talked money up front, as many engineers won't even download audio without discussing prices. Um, you were unwilling to discuss the type of mix you wanted, and I spent over 23 hours on a mix. I even explained to you after that it would be very expensive, but that I didn't want to drop that on you because it would be unfair to do so. Literally, that was a conversation we had where I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Look, this one, I'm not gonna charge loads. It took this long. It would charge a lot." I gave my idea, like an estimate of
Yeah.
how much I would charge for that,
Yeah.
and still he was trying to
Um
get a lot.
just quickly just note, maybe don't say everything in your chat, just because just a friendly gesture of like you might get defamation lawsuited for, so just be aware.
I'm not saying the person's name.
You're
I'm
not, but
leaving
like
out all the
usually,
the
but like
identifiable details.
yeah, but like my thing is like, I've actually, like, in the film industry, like, a lot of people, they don't say names, but then sometimes like they do actually still get defamation lawsuits from the other person, and like it's like fucking like I've seen someone lose. So like, just
I'll
just
see.
share as much as you can. Just share as much as you feel like is fine.
I will. There's a part that I have to get to though.
Yeah.
The part that makes the story the most fucked.
Yeah.
So I said I put what amounts to a full day straight into a mix that isn't even going to be released. I didn't even attempt to charge for it because of the lack of communication when I asked for it. That lack of communication uh, created a bad cycle where the price was hard to bring up at the beginning because we hadn't worked that way before. You received special treatment in many ways because I knew it was a big opportunity to work with you. I'm still confused about why you didn't want to work with the form I used to track jobs and receive audio because you said you didn't want to put down email address when you clearly have an email address you're comfortable giving me. This was another issue because for every other client, I've taken upfront payments or deposits before sending the form to send me audio. So yeah, it was just another way to kind of like block me bringing up price initially. I feel like this person crafted this kind of situation so they could try strong on me, and they kind of did in the end.
Yeah.
So I said, for the amount of work that I've been doing for a mix like this, I've been told by other engineers I've worked for is too cheap. And you know, I've talked about this already. I was dropping the price, knowing like that being said, I still felt like I was dropping it on you because price wasn't discussed. Knowing
Yeah.
this, I explicitly said multiple times that I'm willing to negotiate down from a realistically low price.
Yeah.
I figured the worst you could say to the initial quote was no. I expected that anyway. Yeah, I thought the worst he could say is no. Turns out the worst he could say is give me $3,500.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, no, this is
That's the craziest thing. It's like, oh, there is worse than no. So is that I hope that I wouldn't have to go below like a certain value, like half of my initial quote, because that's around minimum wage for the 14 hours.
yeah.
But I still accepted half of that. I still find it insulting that you call this a collaboration, yet argue that you're doing me a service by even including my credit in the video, let alone crediting me with my logo. Yeah, you can't have it both ways. You can't say it's a collaboration and then refuse to even use my logo in the credits and say that you're doing me a favor by crediting me.
Mhm.
Ridiculous. Um, I said I accept the responsibility for not bringing up prices up front and stand by the fact that it was my job to bring that up immediately. For that mistake, I'm willing to take a fraction of my full price. You're getting a very good deal given your response. I'm not sure you've done your research on what other professional engineers would charge for 14 hours of work. The amount you offered for 14 hours of work is astronomically low. I'm making less money per hour than 16-year-olds working at fast food restaurants.
You're making
My
less money
offer
than
to,
fucking Chinese little labor kids working off of a
yeah,
clothing store in Wuhan, China.
there are kids making more money per hour making iPhones.
Yeah. I make money
Um,
more. I make I make money like per
do you
hour.
build iPhones?
I yeah.
That's your other job.
Yeah,
No,
no, yeah. My
so
other
I said,
job's building iPhones. Yeah.
yeah, so I then ended that message with my offer to put my logo where my name would go in the end credits still stands with that price. If you truly view this as a collaboration, this won't be an issue. He responds, I'm happy to pay, his offer and credit you in the video in the same way as the songwriter and the performer with text only and no additional logo. Additionally, I'll give you the 5% royalty on the streaming revenue of the song and credit you in the description. Basically, he's only going to do it on his terms. He said, you'll be credited equally with the songwriter and performer section in the video with text only, but not with a logo attached to your name. And like, I he's like talking about like equal credits, like wanting the credits to like be equal and everything like that.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't make it any different. It looks better. It looks better to have a logo. If you've seen my logo looks nice. It's
Yeah.
a great logo. Um, and then the like, just and you're the performer. You can put your own logo there.
I
And the logo of the songwriter if you really want that. But I
I
guess
I
you need
I
their
I
permission or something.
I do think like the logo part versus like the credit like of the name part. I can understand that a little bit. I will say that one, cause usually like for us it's like in film it's like usually if we were to include someone's logo into a credit we would have to well there's like two contracts to sign. There's one for us to obviously use the logo in the credits and the other one is that like they are And it's another one is like when we before the service starts, they should like there's it's supposed to be credit. It's supposed to be, have like a specific term saying that the logo has to be included in the credit and that kind of thing. Usually, if not that, then like we would just usually just include the name because like I rarely include logos in credits. Like I only include SAG-AFTRA now and then, which is the union for actors because they do make us include that because like it says
Yeah,
like
makes
it's like
sense.
yeah, but like usually other times it's like I rarely include logos. It's like because
Yeah.
it's like what am I like you never see a film film credit and it's like rolling down and audio mix and there's just gigantic logo of Matt Speed and it's just slowly going more down.
Isn't it? I mean, it doesn't go the entire screen. I'm just thinking, like, little thing there, just like where my name would go. I'll put a logo instead. Um, I wasn't asking for anything major, but also like, if there's only like 3 credits, would you have an issue putting a logo there? Like, instead
Yeah, I
of
mean
like
if
the
it's only
person's
3, like
name?
I get it. Yeah, like it
Like,
shouldn't be too big
yeah,
of an issue.
yeah.
But
So he says in like a final message, if you are not happy with these terms, I will pull the song from stores and cancel the release. That is totally fine with me, which effectively means I don't get paid for the work I've already done. So
yeah,
he's basically saying either it gets released on my terms or you don't get paid at all for anything.
yeah,
Which
which is
again
fucked up.
isn't how things work. Like yeah, it's annoying. So I said my final message was I'll accept this, but I cannot work with you in future because I don't feel that my work is valued. I feel that I will benefit more from focusing my efforts on other clients.
Yeah, and then there goes
That's the whole
that's your
that's the whole story.
worst experience with any fucking probably any
That
client
is my
ever in the
worst
world.
experience.
Well,
That's my worst experience with any client.
I wanna like before we run out of time, I do want to talk about one experience with me and a beatboxer actually as a client
Oh,
because and I can't say this name of this person at all, but
mm,
I will give you may have heard it, but like he's also a pretty big beatboxer. I will say that. And like I
okay.
think Joe is I think I have never even told you about the story, but
No,
like
I don't think you have.
yeah I've never I think yeah 100% I've never did,
You're
but
gonna have to tell me the name of this person once we turn the podcast off.
yeah yeah but yeah so like it's this like beatboxer he's like well it's a he well but all beatboxers are he's mainly
It's
most
this
of them
British guy who has a top hat. He's awful.
yeah it's like this guy called Matt Speed. I'm just kidding
Oh, really?
yeah
I hate that guy.
yeah I know right
Oh,
no I'm just
yeah,
kidding
can't stand him. He's so
yeah
egotistical. Charges too much.
yeah exactly yeah he should be doing it for only clout, you know. But
Yeah.
anyways, so
I thought you were gonna say he should be doing it for OnlyFans. I was like, you know what? People do a lot more with their mouths than OnlyFans. I can tell you
yeah.
that much.
But okay, but anyways, back to the story. So I talked to this. I used to talk to him like a good amount. And at like one point, like I was like doing like all my producing things and kind of things like that, right? And he came up to me and he was just like, "Yo," I was like, "What's up?" And then but anyways, he said he wanted to host a live event. He wanted to host a live event and he wanted to do it like in like a cool place, everything like that. He has like this other person that he's actually working with on the live event. You know, they're getting like a good amount of money for it. Like it's like a 5-figure number kind of thing like that. Like almost 6 figures kind of thing like that. And they're like, oh yeah, we want to do this live event. Like we want to do it in the U.S. We want to fly all the beatboxers out here to do this event, and we want you to do all the filming for it and everything.
Did they have any money?
So yeah, so this is the crazy part. So I was just like, okay, sure. Like, so what do you want? Like, why are you telling me this? Yeah, because he wants me to do all the filming, right? And he also wants me to help them with like choosing the place, you know, and like with like some sound stuff. He even said actually, he said, and I quote, he said, not I quote, I don't remember the quote anymore, but like he said actually, he was just like, maybe we can get Matsby to do the sound on the live event and kind of things like that. So this is someone you know, but like don't guess right now,
I think I
especially
know who
on
it might
live.
be,
Like
yeah.
don't guess.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna guess. Like, is it this person?
No. It's so like he said all of this, right? I was like, okay, great. So then he was just like, hey, like, can you give me like a budget for like kind of how much filming will cost and kind of things like that, and like all these things. And I was just like, sure, why not? Like, like that's usually what I do anyways. Like I give 3 budget levels for each client of mine usually, and I would be like, all right, you can choose from these 3. If you don't like any of them, then you can tell me what else you want, But I gave him like 3, one insanely high, one like a good amount, and then one like lower. That's like, but like it will decrease the quality of the film and kind of things like that, And then he goes like, okay, cool. And then like I gave him all that, and before that he explained to me how many days they're gonna do the event for, everything like that. He explained to me. It sounded like he was gonna do this. It sounded really like this was gonna happen. And then like
Is this the Fire Festival of beatboxing?
I don't know, but like I basically like I give him the pitches of the budgets and stuff like that, and he was just like, let's choose the second one. And then he was like, I'm down to go with this, I'm so down for this. And like you can start getting people, you can start telling them like these dates, like this month, like you can start getting people on in this, things like that. And I was like, and then I was just like like at the time I was just like, like he's like a really like he's pretty well known, and like I've been friends with him long enough to where I feel like I can trust him with it. So I was like, sure, without signing anything, and also because there is implied contract rule in the United States. There is an implied contract, which is basically a verbal contract.
Oh, really?
A verbal contract. It's actually also a thing in the UK, and also a thing in in other countries as well. So like but like yeah, so like so basically we so I went to go start getting people and stuff like that, and we go through all these kind of things, and then like I find like a good crew, I find like everyone, I find them, I tell them their rates, kind of things like that, I tell them like block out these dates, everything like that. Like we go through this entire process, and we were just like, okay, great. And then I go back to this person, I was like, hey, here's everyone I got. This is the crew, and we're gonna make this work. And you just gotta like, and then like we just gotta like just and then like if you, and then like I also gave him like, because he, with the second level budget, also includes us like flying out to like basically record, like flying out, like flying him, or like flying him into where we're at, or like flying us out to where he's at for like recording like the announcement of the live event and everything like that, and it includes all that. So like I was just like, hey, like whenever you want, you can fly in, and then like we can start recording all these all the wild card kind of like video, everything like that. We'll get everything sorted, for you, and then like we'll like get everything sorted out, but like as of right now, and then he was just like, okay, sounds good, let me check on my schedule and we'll give you a date, kind of thing like that, right? We've gone to this point. I'm like I feel like this thing is 100% happening, because it's like, bro, like we're like fucking like we're already talking about flying you out here, like it's like I know this, I feel like this thing is 100% happening. And then this all goes to fucking stupidness, because and then afterwards I was just like after like a few days I was like, hey, like, did you check on your schedule and everything like that, and it's like, and then like no reply. And then like a few days later, I message him again. He's like, hey, did you check on your schedule and stuff like that? And then like no reply. And then like a few days later, I check on Discord. I find him in a Discord server. And I go to this Discord server. I was like, hey, yo, what's up, bro? And then like he drags me into a call.
Him down.
Yeah, I cracked him down. And then like and then he drags me into a call with just him and myself. And then he goes like, yeah, like, we talked for a bit, and I was just like, okay, so what's up, like with the production, with the things, like I got everything sorted out for you, like what's going on? You're like you're ghosting me right now. And then like and then he just goes like, yeah, like our the person who's investing into the production, into the event, like he's not getting the money until like next month, so like we gotta wait for like another month for this, and like kind of things like that. I was just like, okay,
I know where this is going.
Okay, that's fine. Yep, that's okay. We'll wait for another month, and then like I wait for another month, and like I tell everyone, the team, everything like that, and like we wait for another month, and then it's like, hey, like what's going on? Like I call him again, and like we call, and like it's like, hey, what's going on? Like it's been a month now, and we're actually like 4 months away from the actual event. That's when it's supposed to happen, or 4 or 5 months away. And I was like, hey, what's going on? And he's like that, and he's like, yeah, he still doesn't got the money. He still hasn't gotten the money yet, and kind of things like that. I was just like, okay. What's going on?
Clock's ticking. Yeah,
I was like, okay, that's a bad sign. And then like this is when I started to like feel like, okay, I might have to tell my people that like this might not happen because and then like you know and
Oh,
then, like,
I'd immediately, yeah.
yeah, and I started contacting everyone. They were just like, what the fuck, that's kind of fucked up, kind of thing like that, you know. And then uh so after that
Someone's Ketra just said it's okay, and then in brackets it was not okay.
yeah, that was literally me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then but then like after a while, you know, it's like I finally get a call with him again, and he goes he and then he's like he just like dude, the entire conversation was just him avoiding talking about that live event. It was just be like he would just be like, yo, like he would just be like, yo, I'm thinking about starting a Minecraft faction, something like that, like something stupid like that. Like it's
Like he's just gotten bored of the project.
yeah, like he just got bored of the project, kind of thing like that. And I was just like, what the fuck, like, dude, like this is fucked up. Because like I literally like by that point I was just like, okay, like, so are we doing it or not? Like, what's going on? Like, because I was just like, I literally tell him, I was like, okay, so like if you're either have the money this month or you don't, and like we're not doing it. And he's like, all right, we'll have the money by the end of this month. Cool.
They did not have the money, did they?
They had some money at the end of the month.
Some money.
Some money. But like, here's the thing.
Some is not the.
Some is not the at all. Like, it's not the at all. Like, here's the thing. Like,
It's like the first letter of the is how much money they had.
yeah. Cause like and then they're like, okay, so, and then he comes to me. He's like, this is how much money I have. He minused a 0 at the end of the entire budget that I proposed to him.
So a tenth. The budget is a tenth.
Yeah, he basically, like, you know, if it's like a 5-figure, let's say it's like $10,000, right? It's not $10,000, by the way. It's like it's more than that.
Yeah.
But like, let's say it's $10,000, right? It's like he minused the 0 at the end. And now it's like 1,000. So
Yeah.
like it's like that. I was just like, are you fucking serious? Like, I can't, like, we can't do this like this way. If you want to do it this way, it would just basically be like a thing where like I'm gonna go there and film it for you, and no one else is coming because like I'm not. They're not gonna do it. And then he pulls that same trick that the other beatboxer pulled on you that you were just talking about. He goes, but the clout.
I thought we were collaborating.
Yeah, he's like, I thought we were collaborating. This is
so
like a clout thing,
so
right?
much
Like,
exposure.
you can get so much exposure from this. All your people can get so much credit and exposure and everything like that. And I was just like, dude, these people are in the industry. Like, they film movies for a living. Like, you can't just say, you can't just
So
like,
it's like, yeah, they don't need.
they don't give a
You'll
shit.
be getting the exposure. I hope you
You're
realize,
getting the
like
exposure out of everyone. And then like after this entire thing, you know, and then he was just like, you know, like he goes like, I don't understand. Like he was just like, I don't understand. Like, I thought we were collaborating. And he pulled a fucking most stupidest move on me that I almost blocked him for. He goes, hey, I mean, like, if you really want the exposure, you know, like, because you're in the beatbox scene, you really want the exposure, we can maybe upload the videos onto your Beatbox League channel, and in return, you just pay for all the production needs, and I don't spend a single dime
hey,
on
can
it.
you produce our event?
Yeah, he was just like, hey, can you produce our event? And then he was just like, and then you can just take like, and you can take like 20% of all the ad revenue. I was just like, no.
20%?
Yeah.
For you doing all the work and putting, basically, can you be the one to put all the effort into the event and then give us 8% of the money?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, absolutely not. Like, I'm not doing that. And then, you know, and then like after a while, he comes back to me. He's like, hey, I have all the money. And then I was just like, I literally replied to him. I remember very well. I replied to him, no, you don't.
I don't care.
I said, I don't.
No, you don't. That's so funny. It's just, no, you don't, dude.
Yeah,
like, don't lie.
And then he got on and called me. He was just like, bro, I swear to God, we got the money. I was like, no, you don't. And then like I kept on saying that to him. Eventually, he was just like, bro, like, you're missing out. You're gonna miss out on this big opportunity for your own career and things like that. I was just like, okay. And
did the event happen?
No, it didn't happen in the end. And then yeah, afterwards, like, we just
didn't happen.
Yeah, like, it just didn't happen. And like this whole thing, it was just like most stupid because like this whole thing was just him dragging me on this whole fucking train for like 3 months, and then like being like, no, not happening. Me realizing this not happening, and like I got every single person
if anyone
involved. Yeah.
If anyone listening to this has gotten to this point in the podcast, let me tell you now, if you're putting on an event, doing a project, whether it's a music video or like doing a production just for the track, whether it's just audio, whether it's that with the video, or whether you're putting on an event or anything like that, find out how much it's going to cost. Get the money first. Don't confirm anything until you have the money. Don't set dates until you can book the venue. Don't book the venue until you can pay for everything. Otherwise, you just wasted money on a venue. You got to have like all your ducks in a row, get everything in order, plan the entire event before you actually
Yes. Please.
actually start like booking things and putting things on. Don't make announcements. Don't make announcements when you haven't booked a venue. What a ridiculous thing! Like, what was it? It was a World Beatbox Fest. That thing. Like they kept adding new categories and stuff, and just like coming up with new ideas while the event was like, and like announcing them when they come up with these new ideas instead of having a concrete plan and then releasing this event. No wonder no one turned up to this event because the guy who put it on was I mean, that guy's in jail now. Do you know? Wait, did you hear about that?
What?
The guy who put that event is in jail. Is in jail now.
WBC
for World Beatbox Festival.
I don't know who that
Champs
is.
for the festival. World Beatbox Fest.
I don't know.
I don't know
who you're talking about actually.
It was this guy in America. It was this event in America that it was like a non-competitive event, and it was terrible, and like hardly anyone showed up, and this person was expecting like thousands of people to go out.
I think I know.
Yeah,
because I think the
guy got the guy.
Oh my god! So it did happen.
Yeah, he went to prison for essay on minors.
I think I
on minor, yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about because
yeah,
I think that was the other person that was part of the group with the other beatboxer that I was literally just talking about. Like the beatboxer I was literally just talking about.
Really, they were involved.
That person and the other person that I wasn't ever in contact with was that person that you're talking about right now. Is the person we were talking about right now? I think.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like I've been talking about person A, and then you're talking about person B, right? And then like now I just realized, the person B in your the person in your story is the person B in my story.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that event was just so badly planned, just because they broke every rule of event planning. Go and watch the Fire Festival documentary and take notes on everything they did, right? And then don't ever do any of those things. Like, so much stuff. Do you know that? You probably know this. Using ticket money to pay for stuff in the event is a crime.
Ticket money.
It is an actual crime. So if you charge for tickets and then use the money from the tickets to fund the event, that's a crime.
Yeah.
You have to pay for the event separately, but with a different pot of money.
Yeah, because the ticket money is profit.
Otherwise,
money.
You won't be able to give out. Yeah, you won't be able to give out refunds.
Yeah, because
so it's a crime. It's an actual crime, and you can go to prison for it. You could.
Dude, these.
That's what Fire Festival did. That's what some beatbox events have done, to my understanding. So yeah. Oh my gosh! Make sure you have the money before you actually start planning stuff and confirming things. That's what I've been doing with this project that I've got now. I set a budget, right? I set a budget. I had the budget aside in savings, and I'm like, okay, done all the production myself, saved a ton of money on the audio side of things, because I can do it. So then I have this other budget to pay for filming, pay for location, pay for a video editor. It's and I got lucky with the prices of all of those things.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's fucking crazy because like, oh my god, that's fucking nuts. Yeah, like, beatbox events, like, like even when I did 5v5s, like in the past, like I had like, I can go into this in a different episode where I can literally share my screen and show everyone like how I planned out 5v5 and everything that went into it. So like people can like
probably want to censor a lot of specific details.
I do, yeah, probably. But like like I can probably like.
So this is our bank details.
No. I think like
this is Madspeed's home address.
I was just thinking like kind of like like if I were to like now I'm just thinking about it. It's like if I were to do a episode of podcast where like we just like dive into like the pitch deck for the sponsors. To get sponsors for Beatbox for 5v5 and everything like that. Like I feel like it would actually really help like some event planners especially how to like do it, because like you know,
because
like
you showed me.
yeah, because we got
You showed me some of that.
yeah, because we literally got like Shure to sponsor the entire event, and like
Mm.
they gave us like insane amount of things. Like they gave us an insane amount of things, and like part of it was also like you know, like they gave what's his name, Brez, a fucking $800 fucking headphones. Yeah, for like, and then like they gave Sonic an SM7B, another SM7B to give away, and then like new microphones and new headphones to the competitors, that like I think it's got like first place or second place, I forgot, but like I think it was first place got headphones and the second place got microphones or something like that, I forgot, but like I'm not too sure, I don't remember too well, but like things like that, you know, that's what they did for us. And like, so like it's like I think it would be really good for me to like, you know, like do an episode where like, you know, to help people plan on their own events and kind of things like that, because like I
That's
feel
what we
like
should talk about.
what's up.
Like either next episode or the
Yeah.
episode after. Maybe next episode.
Yeah,
Either next episode or the one after, where you have to talk about all the GBB wildcards that have come out and stuff. I think we should definitely do.
yeah,
Maybe the one after next. The next episode, we should definitely talk about just events in beatboxing,
yeah,
do's
yeah,
and don'ts, and also like
yeah,
just specifically in beatboxing as well, because I've got some
yeah,
things to say about that.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, because I have like a lot of things to say about event planning, because like I've planned events in the past, like especially like I've collaborated with like basically every single channel in this in the entirety of beatboxing at this point. Like I started off with fucking Beatbox Community when they were still called Beatbox Talk, and then like I collaborated with them, and then I completely
Oh,
forgot.
it was so
Yeah.
funny the other week when
Yeah.
you were like, "Oh, what should we call the podcast?" And just said, "Oh, we should call it Beatbox Talk." I think we laughed about last week as
we
well.
talked
It was
about it
just
last week in the podcast. Yeah.
oh damn, oh it
Yeah.
still makes me laugh.
Yeah, no, but like
It's
you
like,
know,
I
like
feel like
but anyways, I worked with Beatbox Talk and Beatbox Community in the past. I've worked with Beatbox International on season 1 of 5v5. I worked with Swiss Beatbox on season 2 of 5v5. Worked with worked on April monthly monthly battles as well. Like, but like I'm specifically trying to mainstream it more, like monthly battles. Like that was my goal with it, was just trying to mainstream it more. So then, like, you know, like events can pay back themselves, but then at the same time, that way I can give also more prize money to competitors, because you know they're like the whole plan with it was that eventually I want to be able to do where it's like, oh, you get into top 8, you get money instantly. But like I can't really do that. Because I realized the amount of speed of like uploading everything like that, like it was just fucking with it, and also like because like, you know, editors, timing, everything like that, it was just like impossible. And like the amount of things I wanted to do with Beatbox League was just so much that like it was just impossible. I wanted to fucking pay like people to do shoutouts eventually. Like I paid some people to do them.
Yeah.
When initially I did pay some people to do them, and like
yeah,
like
it's hard to keep up. They don't get the views anymore.
Yeah, no, I still, dude, I have this one thing in my head. I was just like, dude, like if New Schoolers was still together, like a thing, like I want to like fucking like give them like all the fucking ad revenue off that, which is like not a lot at all. It's like $200. Like I want to just give them.
Give it to me.
I just want to give it to like New Schoolers or something. You know, it's because like it's like, dude, like they literally made Beatbox League viral. Like I should owe them at least some money. No, I don't know how much money I owe them. And I probably owe them way more than $200. But like, you know, like they literally made Beatbox League at the time. And like I was listening back to the shout out like 2 days ago as well. I was just like, damn, this is so good.
They're good. They're so good.
Yeah. But yeah, 203K.
Yeah, I think. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I think we should wrap this up now.
Yeah.
It's been
been
about an hour and a half. That's a good amount of time.
Yeah, almost like 2 hours. But yeah, that's all the time we have today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And
I hope you all enjoyed us chatting shit about clients and stuff in the past.
Yeah.
All the GCT. We didn't name any names here, but
Yeah.
if you know who it is, you know who it is.
Yeah.
And some people might be able to figure out. But you didn't hear it from me.
Yeah, you didn't hear from me either.
But not.
Well, like you have the video proof, but like, you know, that's all the time we have today, unfortunately. But you know, tune in next week or the week after.
Probably in another 2 weeks.
Yeah, in another 2 weeks, where we're probably going to be talking about event planning and events in beatboxing, potentially.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah,
because we both have experience in that.
Yeah, and
like various experience.
Exactly. So like I think we'll talk about that, and then like the following that we'll talk about like GBB wildcards, and then and then like
awesome.
maybe next time, like if someone can like drop in the comments as well. Like this is a really cool thing actually. If you drop in the comments someone that's really good at event planning and someone's really known for it, we might just bring them on. So
Yeah. Or if there's someone who is more versed in like wildcards and everything, we could see if they want to get on. What if we like try to get one of the judges on?
ooh.
I mean, I could ask Footbox G.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
I might ask him. Nothing confirmed. Nothing
Yeah, nothing is
confirmed
confirmed,
live on the
guys, like,
podcast. This
yeah.
is a conversation we shouldn't be having live.
Yes.
But
All right, everybody. Goodbye, everyone. Until we.
bye, guys.
Holy shit.